Hi, we are going to talk about modal verbs. We are going to discuss modal verbs for deduction in the beginning. The two modal verbs that we are taking for deduction are must and can't. As I said, modal verbs can be used for deduction. We can guess something to be true with the available information. The modal verbs we choose show how certain we are about the possibility. Let's take must. We use must when we know that something is true or it is the only realistic possibility. I have given 3 examples. All these examples are self-explanatory. Let us start with the first one. This must be Abdullah's house. I can see his car in the garage. How do you know that it is Abdullah's house? Because you can see his car in the garage. The second example, Salam must live near the college because he always walks to class. Why do you guess that Salam lives near the college? Because you always see him walking to class. So the realistic possibility is that he is living near the college. Let's look at the third example. Salam must be on leave today because he is sick. You know that Salam is sick. So what will be the realistic possibility? He will be on leave. Now let's take can't. We use can't when we know that something is not possible. There are 3 examples. The first one, it can't be easy for him to teach a class of 40 students. You know, a class having the strength of 40 students. Will it be easy to teach such a class? There will be a lot of disciplinary issues. The second, we can have regular classes now because of COVID-19. It is self-explanatory. The third one, Salam can go to work today because he is sick. As Salam is sick, he can't go to work. Now, let's take modal verbs for obligation and necessity. We will consider must and should in the beginning. They are used to express necessity and obligation. They are followed by the infinitive verb. Let us take must. Must expresses a strong obligation or necessity felt by the speaker. A strong obligation or necessity felt by the speaker, that is important. The first example, you must eat a lot of fruits. That's an obligation or that's an opinion felt by the speaker himself. Why? They contain several vitamins. And the second one, you must read this book. You have many things to learn from it. And the third one, I must phone my sister. Why? It is her birthday today. So it is a necessity for him to phone his sister to wish her birthday. Then we will consider should. Should is either used for expressing an opinion or for giving advice. For expressing an opinion or for giving advice, should is used. The first example, you look pale. Then what you should do? You should consult a doctor. That's an advice. The second one, you should respect elders. Another advice. The third one, you should avoid junk food. It is an advice. Why? Junk food makes you unhealthy. So please avoid junk food. That is the advice. Now let's consider have to and need to. Both are used to express obligation and a necessity. They are followed by the infinitive verb. Let's consider have to first. We use have to when we talk about external obligation or rule. Please note external obligation or rule. That means some rule or some obligation from outside, not from within, from inside. It is not your opinion. It is not your you feel necessary or something like that. It is a rule or an obligation from outside. The examples are students have to wear their official dress when they go to college. Is it that the students take their own decision to wear the official dress? No, it is a rule by the college. The college imposes the rule that all the students should wear official dress while attending classes. The second example, people have to observe traffic rules while driving. You know that when you are driving, you will have to observe the speed limit, you will have to observe all the traffic rules, otherwise you will be issued a ticket. This is a rule. These are the rules, traffic rules made by the government or the Royal Oman Police. And the third example is you have to keep social distancing to fight COVID-19. We continue with need to. We use need to express something that is important for it is important for us, personal importance. First example, I need to go to office this weekend to finish some urgent work. It is my personal necessity. It is important for me to go to office to finish my work. Second example, students need to do their homework regularly. It is important for the students. Third one, we need to do regular exercise to keep ourselves healthy. We will consider the last modal verb, ought to. It is used to say that something is the best thing or the right thing to do. Please note the best thing or the right thing to do. I ought to do regular exercise. It is the best thing for a person to do regular exercise to keep himself healthy. The second one, I ought to give up sleeping late. Sleeping late is an unhealthy practice. So it is the best thing for a person to give up sleeping late. The third one, I ought to give up smoking. Smoking is unhealthy. It causes a lot of health issues. So it is the best thing for a person to give up smoking. Now here you can see all the modal verbs, their rules and examples here. For example, we use two modal verbs for deduction, must and can't. When we use must, the rule is if we know something to be true or the only realistic possibility, we use must. Example, this must be Abdullah's house. I can see his car in the garage. Another modal verb used for deduction is can't. We use can't when something is not possible. We can't have regular classes now because of COVID-19. Now let's go to other modal verbs used for obligation and necessity. First, we will consider must and should. Must expresses a strong obligation or necessity felt by the speaker. You must eat a lot of fruits. They contain several vitamins. Then, should is used either for expressing an opinion or for giving an advice. You should avoid junk food. The other modal verbs for obligation and necessity are have to and need to. We use have to when we talk about external obligation or rule. Example, people have to observe traffic rules while driving. We use need to express something that is important for us. I need to go to office this weekend to finish some urgent work. Then the last modal verb is ought to, used for obligation and necessity. This is used to say that something is the best thing or the right thing to do. I ought to give up smoking.